Okay, everyone, this will be my last video before leaving for vacation for 2 weeks, so let's just knock it out of the park right here. My classic match review, and if you saw the poll on Twitter, the classic matches to choose from for this video were matches representing the three faces of Foley. So I picked one Mankind match, one Cactus Jack match, and one Dude Love match, and you all got to choose which one I would review. And the winner of the poll was Mankind versus The Rock from Royal Rumble 1999, the I Quit match for the WWF Championship. This was one of my favorites during the Attitude Era, and I think it still holds up really well after rewatching it. I think it's a great match, one of the best matches of Foley's career, one of the best matches of Rock's career. And one of the reasons I love it so much is that it really kind of goes into the direction of what I talked about in my previous video about letting heels be heels. By the time that match was over, you felt so bad for Foley and you hated Rock so much that it was really executed to perfection, even if it was kind of brutal and hard to watch. If you've ever seen Beyond the Mat, it's even worse. Just when you see his kids and his wife's, Foley's kids and wives' reaction to the ending of that match. But yeah, let's get started. You know, the feud between Foley and The Rock really started at Survivor Series 1998. They had wrestled a few times before that. There was the three-way cage match at a previous pay-per-view for #1 contendership, but really it was Survivor Series 98 where it really got kicked off, where Vince McMahon betrayed Mankind and sided with The Rock as his new corporate champion, and Foley was kind of like the in-between babyface before Rock would ultimately face Austin at WrestleMania. He was kind of just filling that role, but Foley got so loved and so popular during that time that they ultimately decided to put the belt on him, resulting in that famous moment on Monday Night Raw, which I still say is my favorite moment in Raw history, when Foley defeated Rock and won the title. So gratifying. It was one of those that felt like it was the ending to a movie. One of the all-time great title changes in WWF history, certainly one of the best ones on television. You know, it's funny because it was the Monday Night Wars period, and we all know like all the circumstances surrounding the Foley title win and how WCW royally fucked up. But you know, they would try to create big moments like this, and WCW a few months prior to this did the Goldberg title win, which I described in a previous video, felt like something that was worthy of WrestleMania. It felt so big. This one kind of had a similar vibe to it, where it was like, man, this feels like a great like ending to a major show or something. It was so emotional and so well done that it's still, I can still remember myself watching it all these years later. And it set up this rematch where Foley would defend the title against The Rock in an I Quit match. A match that Foley said, Rock can't win and I can't lose. By the way, the video build-up preview package for this match is one of my all-time favorite build-up video packages ever. It's so quotable and it's so amazing that it really captures the essence of both characters. Like Foley saying things like, I will not say them here nor there, I will not say them anywhere, I will not say those words, you twit, I will not say I quit. That is terrific stuff. And Rock saying things like, I'm gonna put you through, The Rock is gonna slam you through all the announce tables, English announce table, Spanish announce table, Ho Chi Minh Chow, Chinese announce table, all the languages down The Rock's Rumble. And just a great video package. It's really great. And I highly recommend checking it out. Again, you can see it on the WWE Network. So, really terrific stuff there. And then you get to the match itself, and the end result, you know, you have this match where the corporation is not allowed to interfere. The referee is not allowed to stop the match for excessive blood loss or, at referee's discretion. It has to end with somebody saying, I quit, which they found a way to kind of cheat and get around that, but I'll talk about that in a minute. And so this match promised to be, and whenever you do an I Quit match, it's either going to be a submission, like technical spectacle, or it's going to be a violent bloodbath. And when you got Rock and Mankind in there, it's like, okay, this is going to be a violent bloodbath, and it kind of was. You know, they brawled all over the place, and the real turning point of the match was when Rock, they were brawling through the crowd, and Rock knocked Foley off, like, the guardrail or something, and Foley went crashing into, like, an electrical soundboard or something, and sparks were flying everywhere. It was really kind of this really crazy visual. And that was kind of the turning point in the match where it's like, okay, Foley, you need to say I quit because you're going to get your ass kicked. And then you get into the finish where Rock handcuffs Foley and starts wailing on him with a steel chair just over and over and over again. And again, I talked about some great quotes in the video package. You got some great quotes here where Rock kept putting the microphone in Foley's face, and he said things like, "Go to hell, Rock," and "Say I quit. You'll have to kill me." And it was like, holy shit, this is getting brutal. This is, and, you know, we all criticize Michael Cole. We all, you know, think that he's nowhere near as good as JR. We hate him as an announcer and everything. But if I had to pinpoint Michael Cole's best call ever, it was this match. I thought he was terrific in this match. And just, you know, towards the end, just screaming at the top of his lungs. It's like, Mick, just say it. God, just, please, just say it. I can't watch this anymore. To watch a handcuffed Mick Foley just get brutalized with a steel chair, it was one of those, like, really dramatic and just hard to watch moments in a pro wrestling match. And like I said, it made Rock, like, the biggest asshole on the planet and just set him up beautifully as the big heel for Austin to take down at WrestleMania. Great stuff. Now, the finish was kind of, like I said, was kind of a cheat where Foley got knocked out and Rock put the microphone in his face, and they played a recording from a promo Foley cut earlier in the night where he said, "I'm going to make Rock scream, I quit, I quit, I quit." And they took that soundbite, and Shane McMahon and the corporation, you know, all their cheap bullshit, played that recording over the sound system and made it sound like Foley said, "I quit." I'd heard that the rumor, I remember back then the rumor was they were going to do something where Rock was going to, like, threaten Foley's wife and kids at ringside, and Foley was going to say, "I quit," to protect his family, which would have been a little too over the top. But yeah, I thought this match was terrific. I thought it was great, and really the only problem with it was that they did the halftime heat match where Foley won the belt back, and then they did another match in February and the ladder match the next night on Raw, and I felt like that was kind of overkill. You didn't need to do the hot potatoing with the belt. I think Rock needed to win the belt here, and then he should have just held it all the way to WrestleMania and then drop it to Austin, but that's like a minor complaint. I'm just not a fan of hot potatoing the belt, but I thought the Foley-Rock feud was terrific, and they did some great stuff together, and actually served as like a springboard to eventually setting them up as friends later that year where they became the Rock and Sock Connection, and we all know the magic that happened after that. So, yeah, I think this match is terrific. It was one of my favorite championship matches during this era. There aren't a whole lot that really stand out as much as this one does. I think Cactus Jack and Triple H at the next Royal Rumble in 2000 is one that probably surpassed it, but other than that, there's not a whole lot that really measure up to this one in my mind. Again, it was so dramatic, and it was so beautifully executed and so hard to watch, and you felt so bad for Foley by the time it was over that it just worked beautifully, and it took advantage of the strengths of both characters, both Rock and Mick Foley, and they had great chemistry together, and it was just a match made in heaven. They worked well as partners, they worked well as enemies. It was just terrific. And, yeah, I love this match. I thought it was great. So, that is it for my classic match review. Like I said, I will be gone for the next 2 weeks, but I will be back making videos for you guys. But until then, have fun, enjoy your summer, and I'll be back. So stay tuned for more.